Aries, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to be looking at your energy for the next couple weeks. So welcome in. I hope you are doing well. I hope your birthday season is going fabulously. We're in the second half of it. Whoop, whoop. I hope you're feeling honored and blessed and loved for the fabulous person that you are. We are in a Mercury retrograde, so it started at the beginning of the month and it will last through the rest of Aries season. Retrograde always brings up stuff from the past that needs to be dealt with, hasn't been dealt with, right? Things that we kind of sweep under the rug and maybe don't want to look at, we don't have an opportunity for closure, etc. A lot of this is dealing with our communication, our day-to-day activity, the way we show up in relationships with the people in those environments. So, be mindful. Honestly, there is a lot of supportive energy astrologically, so I don't think it's a complete crapshoot. But anytime we are dealing with stuff from the past, we need to walk mindfully, consciously, just that we're coming from a place of our own empowerment and not letting it bring us back into old stuff that we're trying to break away from, that we're trying to let go of. That is why I love starting with these energy cleansings. It's a great time to just clear out blocks, obstacles that are coming in our way, as well as just set intention. If you have a question that you want Spirit to answer in this reading, this is definitely the time to set that intention. All right, Aries, let's get going. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release any blocks, obstacles that are in our way. Any negativity, doubt, fear, insecurity, lack of worth, lack of value. Remove that from us, Spirit. Help make me an open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama love. Amen. All right, so let's get into it, Aries. Let's see where we're at for the next couple weeks. Like I said, we will be in Mercury retrograde. It's not the worst one ever. It's actually, we kind of have a lot of nice supportive energy. But the disclaimer is that we have to be willing, open, to be aware and to do the work as well, right? It's not just this magical thing. Yes, the energy supports us. Everything is energy, right? These are collective readings, so use your discernment. I do personal readings. I love to help support, reach out if you're interested. And while we're on it, definitely make sure to like, comment, subscribe, get the, throw the videos out into the algorithm. Would be lovely. All right, so yeah, so this is about making changes, appropriate changes where they need to be. Like I was saying, it's not like we're just gonna wave a magic wand and things are gonna be happily ever after. That is a nice concept. It just doesn't exist, we often don't see the hard work, the labor of love that goes into things, right? And so you have a lot of changes on the horizon. What I'm hearing is you might not know how everything's gonna work out. I feel like you're kind of in that space where it's changes happening, you see it, you recognize it, you acknowledge it, but you're not really sure where it's all leading. And Spirit's saying it's gonna take a minute. It's not good, bad, right, or wrong. It's just what it is today. Be patient is what I'm hearing. That can be a little challenging for fire energy, right? We want things done yesterday. So be patient. Patience in the process is what I'm hearing. Trusting, having faith. You're going to be pretty lucky over the next couple weeks, which I like. This feels like it's happening because you are staying open. You're staying aware. You're staying, you're not closing off is what I'm hearing, right? You're not, you're not living out of a lot of fear, a lot of insecurity. Yeah, there might be some things that are unknown to you. There might be some things that you're like, how's this all gonna play out, etc. There's that fire energy I was talking about. But something has crossed your path, will cross your path. That's like, boom, it's gonna give you this next step, this next push of inspiration. So I'm hearing the unknown is more of where you're coming from and less of where you will be over these next couple weeks. With that luck energy, it's like exactly what you need. It's exactly what you've been looking for to kind of move the needle forward, so to speak. However, there is always that element where we have to look at ourselves. We have to look at ourselves, how we show up, the decisions that we make, and how they really align with our end goals, the things that we want to achieve, the things that we want to see manifest in our life. And there is some self-reflection that Spirit is asking you to do these next couple weeks, Aries. There might be some, obviously, deceit in your environment. This might be coming from you. This might be coming from people, places, and things around you. So Spirit's really asking to pay attention. We're getting this self card. So if this is something within yourself that needs to be looked at, try to be gentle with yourself, right? We're humans. We all have our credits and our deficits. Like, don't get too hard on yourself. This is also saying that if you're trusting someone a little too open-heartedly, maybe you need to take a few steps back and really reevaluate. This also could be attached with an opportunity that is coming in. Be careful, be wary of too good to be true. This is a consistent theme with Mercury retrograde. It's not a good time to sign contracts, to start new endeavors, because it's more about rehashing what we need to get out of the way so we can be better prepared for those new things coming in. We really have to vet when something is exactly what we want, right? And I'm not bashing, because we want to stay open, and if it feels right for you, then take it. But if there's something about it that smells a little off, smells a little funky, something's not adding up, definitely make sure to ask those questions. Don't push forward just because your ego, or because it's like, don't push forward too quickly. That's the thing about fire energy. Sometimes we don't sit and think and take a beat, right? Fire energy is all consuming, and once it gets going, it dominates. And so basically Spirit is saying, use your wisdom, use your power, use your sense of understanding of what you've been through, right? With people, places, and things in the past, partnerships that you formed in the past. Use that wisdom as a tool to really vet this opportunity, this situation in front of you. This is something that you've been waiting for, and like I said, it does feel really good, but there is something around it. You're getting this Two of Wands, so there is something around it that is just not sitting right with you. You want to make sure that you're standing in your power. You want to make sure that you are making choices that are balanced, that are honoring your Empress energy, regardless of what gender you are, right? The tarot's gender neutral. But the Empress is our divine feminine energy. She really is the embodiment of all the queens, and has wisdom, has knowledge, knows how to call in her abundance and make a very wealthy and sustainable life for herself. So again, really confirming that value of being mindful, being careful of the opportunities that do come in. There is a lot of clarity coming from your outside environment. You're seeing things for exactly what they are. People around you are seeing things for exactly what they are. There's a lot of major arcana, so this is really talking about big changes. especially coming from this waiting period that you have been in. We have the Sun, we have the Chariot. So, I feel like something in your environment is really empowering themselves. And I feel like this could be someone you had partnership with before. We saw that Lover's card. It does feel like it's moving away from you. This could have been something that was pretty lucky for you. Maybe it was the embodiment of what you were looking for, but the situation really didn't work out. Yeah, because there was a lot of conflict. There was fighting, there was disagreements, difference of opinions, and I feel like it was really hard to find a way to meet in the middle. And, you're looking at this like bummed out, I feel, like really disappointed, but then at the same time, you're seeing this person, this situation really take off. See how why is this coming up for you? Okay, because you're feeling left out in the process. So we're getting 2 5s, right? I feel like a situation built up in a certain way. People, like I said, there was conflict. There was, just not seeing eye to eye. And so you went your separate ways. Now you're looking at this like, oh shoot, there's a lot of, I'm not going to lie, and no shade, this can always be reversed for cross watchers, or whatever energy resonates most with you. Again, use your discernment. This is someone who's really empowering themselves, or a situation that feels like it's up and running. And I feel like maybe you feel like you missed out on an opportunity. Maybe you thought you were trying to work with them, and that didn't really happen. Maybe they didn't feel like you were trying to work with them, etc. Yeah, it was just someone who I feel like they were going through a lot of life changes. They have all major arcana in their energy right now. And the Hermit really speaks to someone who's listening to their own internal light, so to speak, right? The Hermit has his little lamp, and it's what his inner voice is saying. This is someone who is really empowering themselves in the way that maybe was annoying for you, maybe not what you wanted, maybe that's where the disagreement came into play. And now you're feeling like, here's the thing. I don't think you're in a bad space, because you're still vibing as this Empress. You still have a hold on your life, but it's a little bit bittersweet, right? Using more of the Queen of Swords energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, being more diplomatic about how you're seeing this situation. Maybe you're feeling like this person is getting their luck. Maybe you feel like it's not fair. Maybe it's something that you wanted for yourself. And it's hard, right? It's hard when we break away from people, places, and things, especially when there is conflict, especially when there is rejection and difficulty in finding harmony and balance. But that's just the way it's supposed to go. Unfortunately, there was, maybe it was both parties. You'll know how it resonates best for you, but friendship, community, coming together was being blocked in this dynamic. There wasn't, because there was discord, because there was, resistance, difference of opinion, it really prevented, that harmony that I was talking about, and made things really overly emotional. I think overly emotional for everyone involved is what I'm seeing. Some level of deceit was playing out in this dynamic. Again, whether that was coming from you, or I'm also hearing someone was lying. Like, I do feel a lot of different energies in this dynamic. I feel like, this individual was acting in a certain way. Maybe it didn't fit for you, but then there was also people, places, and things that were feeding into what you were fearing, right? However, using that to their advantage, using it as a ploy to kind of deceive you, to kind of make it look like one thing versus the other. 6 of Cups energy, this is a relationship of the past. reconnection is what I'm seeing. This makes a lot of sense with Mercury in retrograde, really wanting to find a way to find balance and harmony. This can be with family. This can also be, like I said, community, partnership, people you work with, people you really value, people that you want to see build and grow with you in your life. You feel like there is something there, and maybe there was some missteps along the way because of the conflict, because of the difference of opinion. We all fight, right? Like, we all want to be heard, we want to be justified, and it can be very difficult when we don't see eye to eye. The name of the game really is about trying to find that balance and harmony in a more mature way, right? Having conversations, really kind of walking away from the deceitful, toxic energy with this Eight of Cups. Not giving so much power to the low vibey energies. Like I was saying in the very beginning, everything is energy, right? So the heavier energies, the more we focus on the negative, the more we focus on our opinion without having a conversation, the harder it is to really bring ourselves up. So there, unfortunately, there was a lot of toxic dynamics to this situation, and there's some heavy boundaries being set with that Five of Swords. I feel like how it played out, maybe no one really wanted it to be this way, or, maybe you're working through this as the next couple weeks progress. But this is really talking about keeping your boundaries up, especially from the toxicity, the toxic people, places, and things, right? Having a more diplomatic perspective on how you approach, trying not to engage too much in that fire energy, getting pissed off too quickly, etc. I know that's easier said than done. Ironically, we get this salamander. How hilarious or not? This is about stagnation, right? Which feels very counterintuitive, the salamander and the pitcher plant. So, again, not really allowing that fire energy to make you explode, or make you make choices that you don't really want. And I feel like that's where some of this Two of Wands energy is playing out for you. I think that had you had more information, I know this is like kind of a shoulda, woulda, coulda statement, so forgive me, but I feel like you would have chosen differently. Yes, this is how the dynamic was supposed to play out. Yes, this was supposed to be how it happened. Maybe it wasn't moving quickly enough for you. Again, that fire energy of really wanting to push things forward, where your loyalty lies, and really questioning those things, right? Sometimes we are loyal to people who are more deceptive, who, are very good at lying to our face, saying one thing, but then acting in a completely different and opposite way. Yeah, the wolves in sheep's clothing is what I'm hearing. Really trying to guard what you had built, guarding your home, guarding your family with this Empress energy, your life, if you don't, if you're not in a family, well, we all have family. Hopefully you know what I'm saying. But yeah, like it was a wolf in sheep's clothing. It was someone, and needing to protect a little bit more. I love this mouse and buttercup because it is the sweetness. It's remembering the innocence of life. And I'm hearing this as, again, it goes back to that point of not always believing in worst case scenario. It's hard to do. The world is crazy. Crazy stuff happens day in and day out. I feel like this is helping you grow. It's helping you evolve. Something good is coming from this. There is something lucky, a gem, a jewel is what I wanted to say. But at the same time, it is also forcing you to look at yourself, what you choose, the people you choose to listen to, the opinions, etc., and how deceptive people can be, in the process. We're all learning to vet a little bit better. where we find support, where we really honor and empower ourselves to make the choices that are best for us. Oftentimes when we listen to other people, places, and things, it can be a little toxic. Well, maybe I shouldn't say toxic, but it can be like, you know, we end up relying on their opinion more than our own. And that's the toxic component, really, because we need to know who we are and be aware of what we want and the choices that we want to make. That is really what honors our heart, our mind, our soul. So I hope this helped you, Aries, for the next couple weeks. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for your time and energy always. I really appreciate you. Definitely drop comments below with how it resonates. I love to support. I love to hear what's going on for you. Thank you for all the love and support to the channel. I'm totally sending it back your way.